Playboy, you made that beat.
It's your boy E Tally back at it again. Hey, listen, man, I had to get this young man on the show before the season kicks off. Um, and the reason why is because he just got named starting guard for his team. I think I know his struggles or his journey, and it's a great one, great story. And I had to get him on the show, let him know we are watching him from what he's doing, coming all the way from Judson High School. Go ahead, young man, introduce yourself.
I'm Jaylen Crittendon. A lot of people call me Red. Class of 2026, Judson High School.
Like I said, I know your journey, man. And hey, listen, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud you sticking in there. I
Yes,
love
sir.
what you're doing.
Yes,
I
sir.
love what you're doing. So
Thank
please continue doing what you're doing. Coach Cantu got you right over there. He got you
you. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah,
And then real quick, just kind of let the audience know in reference and why I call it, a struggle or a journey, because last year you moved from Wagner High School to Judson, correct?
yes, sir. Yeah,
And due to UIL, you could not start because you played some varsity games for Wagner, correct?
yes, sir. Yeah,
So you were one of the kids that actually took a year off as far as playing varsity basketball, played JV, and you did it with a smile. I saw you playing every game. That smile right there.
yeah, yeah.
Again, and then I know it was hard. I know it was hard. So again, man, as soon as I got the opportunity to get you on, I want to say, hey, I gotta do this. So look, man, we're gonna do just a few questions, and then we're gonna elaborate on a few things
Mm.
on a few of those questions, and we're just gonna have a fun time. All right.
All right.
All right, you ready? All right,
Yeah.
my first one is on the court, right?
Mhm.
So everybody know you can score points. So what do you see as the biggest contribution that you need to do to help your team win?
I say being a pest on defense and putting pressure on every team's main guard or every team's best player, and just making it a wreaking havoc when they're while they're dribbling up the ball, disrupting their offense, and just doing my part on defense.
So a lot of you guys do talk that, and is that something as far as being a pest on these that defense? Is that something you're taught as far as from not just your high school, of course, but your AAU clubs? Because again, one of the things that I've seen you do, you are that pest, 94 feet.
Yes, sir. It's taught a little, but I would say for me it was more so it's taught still. Like a lot of my coaches, like is from Cantu and Coach Cantu and Jaylen Shed and the J Uno organization. They put a lot of they motivate me to do it, but it's like from self. Like I don't know, I
Okay.
just take pride in not picking up 94 feet and not letting people score.
Well, you do an amazing job at that. And again, that's one of the things I'm glad you said that, because that's part of your game. That's one of the things you bring in to your game as far as if a college coach is watching and seeing you play, he gonna get you picking up 94 feet. So that's a plus.
Yes, sir.
So real quick off the court, how do you balance your dedication to basketball with your academics? What are the things that you do to make sure, hey, like we before we start rolling, you said, hey, I'm already doing these things right here. What do you contribute that to?
Um, by just taking care of what I have to take care of in the classroom, just by like whether it's if an assignment's given to me that day, finishing it, doing as much as I possibly can in that time period. That way I can make room for when I get home. I can go to training, I can stay those extra hours in the gym, and I can do those things that way I don't have to um worry about, okay, I have to miss training today because I have homework or doing this. Just taking care of it when it needs to be taken care of.
Knowing that you want to play basketball at the next level, do you look at it as this is something I must do because I know when I get to the next level, I'm gonna have a little bit more freedom, and with me having more freedom, I know I still have to pass classes. Is that something how you look at it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure. And I know that it's like my dad and my parents, they instilled in me uh like you can't, like, basketball is cool and all, like you could be as talented as you want to, but you just hear so many stories where you could be so good, but without the academics or grades, it's like it's nothing. Like, so yeah.
Okay, okay. So let's go inspiration. Who is your basketball role model and why?
I'd say Allen Iverson because just his story was just so like he fought through so much adversity, overcame it, and still became like one of the, and then also being undersized, being like 6 foot guard, and at the point guard position, and still becoming one of the best guards to ever play the game.
Right, right, yeah. I believe if he didn't get moved out of Philly, I think his impact would be a lot larger also.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
that them moving him out of Philly kind of hurt him a little bit, but at the same time, they
Mm.
still wanted to keep him in the league. But I think if he would have stayed in Philly, oh man, he
Yeah.
again.
Hmm.
Remember, he was the guy that had the tattoos on the sleeve, and
Yeah.
he wore the sleeve and all that. So yeah, he had a big part. Okay, I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
All right. So a memorable moment. What's your favorite basketball memory on and off the court? It can be high school, it can be AAU, it can be YMCA. What's a moment that you have that you want to share?
Um, I'd say when I was in middle school, 7th grade, my first middle school game ever, I against Judson Middle School, I had 48, my highest 48 points, and that was probably my best memory.
Who was that game against? Because I heard about that. I
Uh,
heard
it was
about that.
it was against Justin Middle School with Christopher Gooden and kids like that. But yeah, it was a great game because it was like it wasn't really packed. Well, it was a decent crowd too. But my a lot of my teammates that were supposed to play didn't play because of injuries and stuff like that. So it was like, not to bash them, but they didn't really play basketball like that. So I was basically out there by myself, and they were pressing, and so I basically had to, like, our team had 50 points and I had 48. It was crazy. Yeah.
What middle school did you go to?
Metzger.
Metzger. Yeah,
Yeah.
Metzger's not known to have a real strong team. So
Yes.
yeah, I can see that. I can see it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then what about off the court? Give me a basketball memory off the court.
Um,
Like you hanging with teammates or something that really just like sticks with you that you always will have in your memories.
I say, um, just it's just a whole lot of them, because it's like, I'd say just being in the hotels, like those times, like just being in the hotels, just having fun, like whether it's like running around playing hide and seek you're not supposed to, stuff like that. Like,
Right,
it's
right,
just,
right.
yeah,
Okay, just hang with the fellas in the hotel. I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right. So we're talking pre-game ritual. Do you have any pregame rituals that you do that you kind of got instilled that you always do now that you're a starter now at the Judson level in high school?
Yeah, I every before every single game, I make it a priority, and I make it a point to pray, make time for God, and like I just pray, and I pray for no injuries. I pray for a great game. I pray that, God uses me as a vessel for His glory and stuff like that, and I just allow Him to ask for Him to allow me to play the best game that I can play and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then I make sure make it a point to get a really really good warm up and get a sweat going and get my body loose and stuff like that.
Okay. So let's talk about facing challenges. How do you stay motivated and overcome obstacles during the tough game? So a game that's not going well to where though you're not shooting the best, or a game to where though you might have had two turnovers when you try not to allow any. How do you face those challenges and overcome those obstacles?
Um, I think the way I do it is like, say I like, yeah, if it's a turnover or the game's not going the way I think it should be, or shots not falling, I just keep doing what I know, because I feel like when I venture off and try to do other things to fix that, or like try to change my game up to try to just, it ends up making things worse. So I just stick to what I know and just continue to play the right way, and trust that the game is gonna fall into place.
Okay, okay, good answer. So we're going to shift to leadership. And again, I've seen you lead. I've seen you lead being vocal and being a guy, just follow me type stuff. Like, hey, watch me, I'm going to do it. What kind of leader do you see yourself being more of? And give me an example of you being a leader on a court.
I say more of I'm vocal, but I'm more of a first lead by example guy, and um, like every game, like going into every single game, whether it was last year on JV or even going into every game this year on varsity, I make it a point to where, especially with my defense, like I try to bring the intensity of the game. Like I start the game off like that way, the rest of the team follows suit, and like we get rolling early, and I just make it a point to lead by example. And if the team's not really on the same page or everybody's not clicking, then it goes to, okay, then I have to be vocal and say, okay, guys, like this is what we got to do.
Okay. So if you weren't playing basketball, because I know ball is life, what sport would you be playing?
Track. I used to do cross country when I was like really
What?
young. Yeah, I'd
Oh
probably,
my goodness. You were
yeah,
running, huh?
I was pretty good too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you was tough.
yeah, yeah, I was
Okay.
pretty. Yeah,
Okay. So you're a track star out there now, huh?
yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch any of the Olympics?
It was hard because I was I think I was in a tournament when it was going on. So,
Okay, yeah, he was
um,
always gone that weekend. Yeah, I feel
yeah.
that. I feel that.
Mm.
All right, so we're talking team chemistry. What's one of the things you enjoy most about being part of a high school basketball team?
Um, the memories and like the relationships you build along the way, like you meet so many people, and like you have so many memories and friendships along the ways. Is I like that part a lot.
Okay. So with making all those memories, what game day wisdom has someone gave you advice wise throughout your whole basketball career? What's something
Um,
that sticks with you every day that you just know, like, okay, hey, that was the best advice I ever received. It works.
yeah. I say um probably just starting every game out, because it's simple, but it's probably just going into the game knowing like, okay, I don't need to start off shooting a step back three, or I don't need to start off shooting a tough shot during the game. Like starting off getting to the free throw line, or getting an easy layup or something like that, or a mid range pull up, or on the line catch a shoot three, like, and then getting my game going from there, and just seeing the ball
Okay.
go in a few times.
So pretty much get in rhythm, huh?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So as you as you as you pretty much when you got to high school, you already were pretty much on varsity. You had 1 year you didn't, and then now you're back on varsity and you're starting guard. What advice would you give a younger player that's kind of going through or somewhat on a trajectory to be doing what you're doing? What would you give? What advice would you give them?
Um, I'd say like stay focused. Like it's a lot of influences from a lot of different people, like playing basketball and being whether it's varsity or even JV, is just you hear a lot of people from the outside telling you this or telling you that, or a lot of politics involved into it, and you might look at rankings, but just stay focused and trust your process, like, and keep working as hard as you can work, and don't pay attention to anybody else, because at the end of the day, your path is your path, and you're gonna get where you're gonna go as long as you work as hard as you can.
Okay, okay. Well, real quick, we're gonna jump right into rapid fire.
Okay.
We're just kind of small talk. All right, rapid fire. The game's happened already, but who'd you like between the Texans and the Colts?
I like Texans. I like
All
Texans.
right.
Yeah.
Pizza or calzone?
Pizza.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers.
Cowboys or the Browns?
Browns.
Oh, okay, okay. McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
All right. We talking hot wings. We talking, or excuse me, we talking wings. Hot wings or barbecue?
Hot wings.
Flats or drumsticks?
Flats.
All right, real quick. Tell the audience something they don't know about you, a fun fact about yourself.
I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky.
Get out of here. Are you
Yeah,
really?
yeah, I am. I moved here around fourth, fifth grade. Yeah.
Okay. Pops was a military guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, my mom had my mom's side of my family lived there originally, and then my dad. Yeah.
Moving around. Okay, got it.
Mhm.
That's good stuff. Okay, that's good stuff. Well, look, man, I appreciate it. How'd you do this weekend? I didn't get a chance to come out there and check y'all out, man. Y'all was up at the Rise Up tournament there. He had a bunch of high school teams. How'd you do?
Oh, I did pretty good. We won both games. First game was pretty rough. It was just kind of like, okay, we did good, but it was just a slow paced game, getting into the groove of things. Second game, we turned it up a lot. Like we really balled out.
So how do you handle in fall and springtime when you guys are released from the coaches and your coaches can't coach you guys?
Hmm.
How do you handle that difference of pace in the game, being coached by like somebody like myself or Coach Anderson or those guys who are not your real coach?
Yeah.
What's I know it's a big difference, and I know again you can tell, but how do you guys handle that? Being, the type of player you are, true point guard, looking to pass first and then score second. But how do you deal with that? How do you acclimate to that environment?
I say just knowing the chemistry, just having
Mhm.
chemistry with Coach Cantu and knowing what he wants, and that way, because he always makes sure our goal and how we play is always translated to whoever's coaching. So that way there's not a lot of miscommunication. And a lot of times, like whoever we have coaching us, whether it's Coach Anderson or Coach Bones, like they go let us hoop. And it's like as me as the point guard, I know what's expected of us and how we should play. So I feel like my job is to make sure that we're always it might get sloppy sometimes, but bringing us back to how we're supposed to play.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna leave you with this question right here. Last question.
Mm.
And we don't ever want to talk about what we don't do right or and we want to always show what you guys do well. Give me three strengths that if a college coach was to watch this interview and would say, man, I didn't know he can do those things, but those are the things I'm looking for in a player that want to make them interested in you. Give me three.
Um,
I know that's something new I added. You're making me because again, I do know a lot of you guys, and so at the same time with that, I want you to kind of show off and let people know, hey man, this what you would be getting if you look to try to bring me to your college.
um, I'm very versatile. I say like flexible, like whatever, like within any system. I feel like you could put me around any type of group of players, and I can adjust. Like whether it's
Mhm.
whether any type of team, and I feel like I can mold to it. And
Okay, that's
then
one.
um, I say I'm a very um in the locker room type player. Like I can in the locker room I feel like I'm a very likable person, like outside of
Okay,
the court, like where around my around my teammates and stuff like that, I'm very likable. And then three, I can shoot the ball. I can shoot the ball really well. I
yes, you
can
do.
at how to clip. Yeah.
You do. Given the opportunity, you're one of the guards to where though I've seen you do it.
Yes, sir.
If given the opportunity, you shoot the ball really, really well, and again, but again, I do also see how good of a point guard you are by you getting all your teammates involved, and that's the part of the game I will say over the last year and a half, allowing you to play JV, I think that helped your game.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it helped your game because it was times that
Yeah. For
everybody
sure.
knew you was going to try to score the basketball.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So so again, hey man, thank you, and I apologize for moving everything around, but thank you for being flexible and allowing me to get this time.
Playboy, you made that beat.
Peace.